It's dead. Completely. It's been dead for like...
Your DS is dead?
Yeah.
Bring your charger?
Yeah, I rung it.
Huh, I'm sure there's a plug-in somewhere. There's probably some over here too, where you're not totally on the road. Right there.
The basketball there. It's like, and it's a cute. Well, it's tucked back there. It's like small, and it's just it is nice. I mean, the hard part is when they go.
I think I heard there's a card over there for your coach.
Well, so we go from.
Hard signing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no problem. I'm always in the road. I'm used to it.
I'm always like in the way.
Then I sat in the seats that I said.
I know. I wore my chair. You're
But do you want to do?
Okay.
We went to orientation.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Good.
Well, they're when you guys were in 6th grade.
Do you want the rest of this? Outside. Scary.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
He's a coach apparently.
Hi.
Does this make you nervous at all?
No.
I'm right here. Oh my God! Really? That's ridiculous.
You get the next meeting.
Yeah, that's somebody can sit.
I'm amazing.
Also excellent.
Here, smell my pizza. It's right here. Yes. Oh my God! Stop. Okay. Oh my God.
All right. Well, first of all,
Way too long.
I want to thank Jack and Treese and Fiona for hosting this. It's really nice.
Yay!
And you know there's going to be a big bucket of beer when Jack is hosting that. Well, anyway, I like this part of the season, but I don't because I like it because this is a good time to stand back and relive the season, but then at the same time means the season's over, which is never fun. But we're starting right back up in summer, and the fields will be available 1st of June, and the season starts about 2 weeks after that. So I'll send out emails on that. But first of all, so players, make sure you put your food down, and we need to give your parents a round of applause for getting you to practices and games. I appreciate that. And now, let's turn it back around. And parents, I think we ought to give these guys we had a really fun season, and we had a lot of success on the field. And you know, we've discovered that success doesn't always mean winning games. We happened to win a fair amount of games this year, and they did. And they don't this year. In the fall is when they do medals and stuff like that. There's no official standings, but they keep track. And so the girls ended up, because of the points scored, they were tied, or these guys and the Clips had 7-1 record, but going into the game, the Clips had 21 points. And we had 18, and then we scored 9. So, so these guys did end up getting first place. But what I appreciate so much about your girls and these players is that they come to play soccer, and that's what they're there for. And as we go through the course of the season, sometimes we see other teams that seem to be a little more focused on, well, how can we push the rules a little bit? How can we, use language that's kind of nasty at times? And how can we do? But we don't do that, and that's what's so impressive about these young ladies, and greatly appreciated from my side, because I don't have to, we don't have to even talk about those issues. The sportsmanship is amazing, and you saw, so last season we played in, the orange division, and then moved up to green, which is more competitive, and you saw, we saw what happened this year. We had some really tight games. We had some great competition, and these ladies, they figured out how to make adjustments. They could dial it up when necessary, and it's just incredibly attractive soccer. And it's not just kick and chase, and we don't rely on one single person to carry a team. You saw it today, and we had 9 goals, and probably 6 people scored those 9. I don't know, I didn't keep track, but it was nice how we've learned to include everybody and distribute the ball. So it's fun. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and what's so unique about this, and I have the same thing with the boys team. It's such a great group of kids and parents, and that's a big deal, because when we're getting together as much as we are, it's fun on the sidelines to see people and see all you guys, and you enjoy it, and you do your part so well, as far as you're there to support and enjoy. You don't get too caught up in fouls that should have been called or didn't, that kind of thing. And so anyway, I appreciate what we have, and it's fun that the fact that we've have these ladies come back. You guys come back every season, and that's a huge advantage when you're growing up together. And not in the summer, but in fall, we move up to a full field, 11 versus 11, and it changes. Then it becomes kind of real soccer, and then we just keep doing what we're doing. So, anyway, I enjoy it thoroughly. And then so what I like to do is bring the players up, and what we have is each player is going to get a picture, you can see, of the team, a couple different team photos, which turned out great. So I like to start with Genevieve. So this will be the seat of honor right here. So Genevieve is, I enjoy watching how she plays, because she makes it look effortless at times, and she has an incredibly good right foot with her, whether it's a shot on goal, whether she's back on defense clearing the ball, and what's funny, I think, is sometimes when she does get fouled, you know it, because she'll turn to the ref and she'll be like, and it's true, and the ref, I'm sorry, man. But anyway, she's fun to watch out there, and I appreciate having her on the team. And thank you, Genevieve. Yay! Let's just work our way around. Hannah. So Hannah always seems, and what I think just Hannah discovered today is she's got an incredibly strong shot on goal. If you saw it, I'm sure, hopefully everyone saw that. And there are times when Hannah, I think sometimes she's trying to be a little bit delicate out there for fear of hurting somebody in the team. I don't know, but that shot today was a perfect example of the ability to control the ball, see the field, and put an amazing shot. I mean, no one's going to stop that. So that was impressive. But just overall, her play has got really, really good, and she's developed into a fantastic player. So, so I think I made mention of it after the game. Today was a landmark event. The first time we didn't have to have Ava stop and tie her shoe. So, every game, Ava, tie that shoe. Well, I did tie that shoe. Well, But anyway, so I think it's, and then when she had to tie her shoe the other yesterday, she just very casually got down. Action's going on around, and she's just tying her shoe like she's at the beach. But anyway, as you've witnessed throughout the season, Ava is very key to what happens when we're attacking their goal, and she creates opportunities because of just drive. She wants the ball, and she takes shots. She scores lots of goals, and she's also become very effective at seeing other players and using the pass, using the drop. And, I think she's developing into a real leader out there as far as making things happen. So I appreciate having you. Sophie. So she's oftentimes playing back on defense, and she has really figured out the timing thing as far as the ability to come in when the other team's coming up, and to use her speed to come in and step in front of the other team. And she breaks up plays all the time. And when we put her in goal, and we haven't done it as much because we've been using Liv, but when she comes in the goal, I mean, she is something. There's a switch that's flipped, because all of a sudden she plays the position very well, and she gets right out on the ball, is aggressive, and just a real pleasure to have on the team. Thank you, Sophie. I've just felt terrible for Sierra this season because she's been injured too much, and she conked her head the last game or the game before, and she got kicked the first. I don't know how. I've lost track of all her injuries.
Twice, I think.
Twice, yeah. So anyway, I feel like we haven't seen enough of Sierra out on the field, but sometimes those things happen. But she's just has such a great attitude. Every practice, she's out there having fun, and anyway, when she is healthy enough to play, she does extremely well in the goal, keeping position, and anywhere actually when you put her up top or back on defense, just does a fantastic job. Thank you. And I want to make sure her father Keith isn't here, but he comes out and helps every Tuesday, and it's very, very much appreciated. So, Lindsay. So, you may have noticed that Lindsay has a strong presence back on defense. One game that she was gone, that just coincidentally we lost. I think our feng shui was off a little bit on that one, and so I begged and pleaded her parents to make sure that she was able to show up yesterday. But anyway, then you notice what happens also when she goes up topside. She's got a very strong foot, and and that's to our advantage when she's back on defense. The ball quickly gets up to the other side for our forwards, and when she's on the forward side, it's like the other team's goalie better watch out. Anyway, great.
If they catch it, she's gonna go fly.
Anyway, Lindsay puts a great effort out there, and it's very much appreciated. So thank you. So Emerson has developed one of the skills back on defense that is just phenomenal. Probably better than anyone I've seen. We've played against or on our team. She has the ability, when she's closing in on the other team who has the ball, to take the angle, put herself almost effortlessly in between their player and the ball, and it's a switch of possession, and she does it with such grace out there. I mean, she's fast and has a great sense of when we get combinations of Emerson and Emerson and our other defenders back there. It's really tough, as you've witnessed, that some games, other teams, like today, maybe get 1 or 2 shots on goal. So M is a big part of that. So anyway, great attitude, and really like having you on the team. Carson. So Carson wanted a goal today so much. So she had her penalty kick opportunity, and then she kicked a field goal. Field goal. I mean, that was an impressive. We needed to ask the ref to move that ball back about 20 yards. And the other thing that she has the ability. She plays a lot of defense, but when we move her up top, has the ability to slow the game down at times, literally to a stop. And it's interesting how she has the confidence and ability to literally stop the ball and look around and decide what she wants to do with it. And oftentimes, that's a tough thing to do when you feel like, so much is going on. And what happens is, and then she's able to decide whether she's passing or shot on goal. But it creates a lot of opportunities. And also on defense, she's got this ability to see the field, step up, close the gap, and make the steal and give us back the ball. So very, very fun to watch. Thank you, Coach.
I want your spot.
Kendall does an amazing job in the middle of the field. She often is playing in in one of our left mid, and she knows how to run well, move without the ball. So when the ball is moving around, she just ends up being in the right place, and that's not by chance because she is watching the ball. She's focused, she's shifting, and she puts herself in the position where she's either stopping the other team from making a transition, or she's helping our team push the ball up from our defense up to the forwards. And she just works hard, and it's a huge help out on the field. It's just a real pleasure having you on the team. Thank you. So Tegan, as you witnessed, has the ability to strike the ball extremely hard with both her left foot and her right foot. And that's a pretty unique ability. And to have somebody who has a truly strong left foot play that left side is a real advantage. Because you don't see it a lot. And she's got speed, and you've seen how many times have we seen her just take that ball out, up the sideline, and make something happen, whether she's crossing it early, taking the ball down, dribbling, and she's taking shots, scored shots from far corner out in the goal box, and makes it extremely difficult for other teams to defend, and it's fun to watch, and really enjoy having her on the team. So thank you. Kaylin, yeah, Kaylin had some shots on. I don't know. I lost track. I'm sorry. The goal was who scored on the sheet. I remember one of her shots. It was like,
Phenomenal.
yeah, and but she can step in. We take Lindsay, move her up, and Caitlin steps right into that role, and we don't miss a beat. And she addresses it, plays it in her own style, which is she's got speed, and she's got great anticipation and abilities to step in and intercept the ball. And when she's on the forward side, amazingly fast and gifted with the ball. And so real pleasure to have her. So I remember a time when Fiona, I gotta tell you, this is my favorite story ever. And I don't even remember, this could have been back in YMCA soccer with Fiona. And so Fiona would be out in the field, and the ball would be in play, and Fiona would just was going with the flow. And we overheard Jack talking to her, or I may have heard this through someone, but Jack was like, Fiona, you know what, I want you to see if you can get in there and, engage, get the ball. And she's like, Dad, I just like to run with the crowd. But now she doesn't do that. And honestly, I mean, the difference between beginning of the season and where she is now, it's phenomenal. I mean, she engages with the play, she's following play, and she is one of the best I've seen how quickly she can get possession and get the ball back up the field. I mean, she's got a good, strong kick, and she is always quick with the pass. I mean, and that's what we try to get in the middle of the field, is that quick transition. So Fiona is just really coming along. Doesn't seem to be worried about the ball anymore. Just playing out there playing soccer. So thank you. Blake. Blake is another player that when she gets on the field in a game, there's like a switch is flipped. And sometimes in practices, and I'm not making fun of her, but sometimes in practices she's like, oh, I don't know if I really want to be here. But when that game time comes, totally different play. And she has, again, she often plays in the midfielder role, and that her ability to get to the ball quickly and get the ball up the field to one of our forwards is, I mean, that's what we ask for the midfielders to do, and Blake does it extremely well. And she's really developed, I think, I probably don't remember the game exactly, but I think it was one of our first games where she had just an amazing assist, where she got the ball out to the side. Ava was moving inside, and she sent a pass, literally, I mean, just right out in front of Ava. Ava took a couple touches and scored a goal, and that was from Blake's amazing assist. So anyway, great to have her on the team, and great attitude. So thank you. So for some reason, Liv wanted to go last. I don't know why, but figured saving. So you saw yesterday when she was in the keeper's role, and they were just, they were determined. That team was putting some hard shots on goal, and I don't know how Liv did it. I mean, obviously it was her determination and good technique and good position, but she made a couple of stops that were just, phenomenal. And I love seeing the energy out there, and the one move I see out of her more than anything is when we in practices we'll start talking and start asking questions, and I can guarantee, yep.
Before you
I'll say,
the question.
I'll say, okay, I have a question for you. And I'm like, I haven't even asked the question yet, but she has the answer. And she often does. So, but great attitude. Just fun to have on the team, and also, from a defender role up to a forward role, she's got drive, and it's fun to watch, and I love her enthusiasm. So, thank you. And I want to make sure we thank. Now, is there someone that didn't make it? We got everyone?
Yep.
Okay, all right. But I want to thank Christopher. I don't know if I can. So Christopher's helped.
Come on.
Well, he helps with my boys' team too, and he's able to. He shows up, helps at game time. But on the girls' side, he is out there every Tuesday, every Thursday, and just clicked in so well with, with what we're doing, and it's just positive attitude, and it's kind of helped me too, because just to have someone who's so positive, and I know there's times when both during the girls' game and the boys' teams, there are times when he just says, "It's all right. Okay, it's going to work out," or whatever, and it's like, because I start to get a little amped up sometimes, and it's like, sometimes, and so it's nice to have that positive and calming effect, but just great attitude, and just, I hope he sticks around for a long time. Thank you.
Fiona?
Yes.
And
Yes. Sit.
Put John on the seat.
The king and queen. That's John.
Okay.
It's a crown.
It looks more like a heart.
On behalf of the whole team and parents, I'd like to thank John and Christopher everything they do. We appreciate everything they do, helping us with soccer, at practices, at games. We just couldn't do what you do. But we do without you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Treese, for managing.
The names are on the card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.